Welcome to Fun Facts Daily, your source for just the good stuff. Monday through Friday, we're bringing fun facts and news you can use, all carefully curated to uplift and inform. So give yourself a break, relax, and learn something awesome in just a few minutes every day. Hi everyone, I'm Kyle Wood. Today we'll be learning a bit about Mars, but before we get into the facts, let's warm up our brains with a little challenge to see if you can tell fact from fiction. Consider this. In 1976, NASA's Viking 1 orbiter photographed a feature on Mars that appeared to be a giant human face, leading many to believe it was evidence of an ancient Martian civilization. What do you think? Did NASA accidentally photograph human-like remains on the red planet? We'll find out at the end of the episode. Now for your word of the day. Our word for today is Olympus Mons. Olympus Mons is the largest volcano in our solar system, located on Mars. It's a shield volcano, similar in shape to the Hawaiian Islands, but on an absolutely colossal scale. Here are a few numbers that put it into perspective. Olympus Mons stands about 16 miles above the surrounding plains, or 25 kilometers. This is roughly 2.5 to 3 times taller than Mount Everest. But it's not just about height. Its diameter is about 370 miles, or 600 kilometers across its base. For an earthly comparison, that would be about the size of the state of Arizona or the nation of France. And the total area is about 120,000 square miles, or 300,000 square kilometers, comparable to the size of Italy or the Philippines. The volcano was able to reach this size because Mars has a much thicker crust and no tectonic plates. This lack of tectonic activity allowed lava to build up in the same spot for millions of years. Astronomers first observed this mountainous region from Earth in the late 19th century, referring to it as Nix Olympica, Latin for Olympic snow. NASA's Mariner 9 space probe in 1971 allowed scientists to get a better look, and as they took in the enormity of the volcano, they gave it a new name, Olympus Mons. Mons is Latin for mountain, and of course Olympus traces back to ancient Greek mythology, where Mount Olympus was the highest mountain in Greece and believed to be the home of the gods. Time for your daily high five, our top 5 fun facts about Mars. Number 1, Mars experiences dust storms that engulf the entire planet and last for months. These storms are unlike anything we experience on Earth. They can grow to enormous proportions, covering vast areas of the planet's surface and sometimes even becoming global events. This unique weather phenomenon is driven by the significant temperature differences between the Martian poles and the equator, creating strong winds that lift fine dust particles into the thin atmosphere. When these global dust storms occur, they can significantly impact scientific missions on the surface, reducing the amount of sunlight reaching solar panels and hindering the operation of rovers. Scientists closely monitor these events to better understand the Martian climate patterns, but also to ensure the safety and longevity of their robotic explorers. Number 2, a day on Mars is actually only slightly longer than a day on Earth. While Mars is a very different planet from Earth in many ways, one surprising similarity is the length of the day. A Martian day lasts approximately 24 hours and 30 minutes, which is remarkably close to the 24-hour day here on Earth. This slight difference means that if you were to live on Mars, your daily schedule would only be marginally adjusted compared to what you're used to here. Now, for a comparison, just here's how long the days are on the other planets in our solar system. A day on Mercury would be the equivalent of about 176 Earth days. Venus would be approximately 116.75 Earth days. Jupiter, it's only 9 hours and 55 minutes. Saturn, 10 hours and 33 minutes. Uranus 17 hours and 44 minutes, and Neptune would be 16 hours and 6 minutes. Although it's important to note that for gas giants like Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus, and Neptune, their atmospheres rotate at different speeds depending on the latitude. The day length usually refers to the rotation of their internal magnetic fields. Number 3. Mars has two moons, Phobos and Deimos, which are thought to be captured asteroids. Unlike Earth's single large moon, Mars is orbited by two small, irregularly shaped moons, Phobos and Deimos. These moons are much smaller than our own moon and are believed to be asteroids that were captured by Mars's gravitational pull billions of years ago, rather than having formed alongside the planet. Their irregular shapes and cratered surfaces are characteristic of asteroids found in the main asteroid belt. Phobos, the larger of the two moons, is particularly interesting because it is slowly spiraling inward towards Mars, and it's predicted to either crash into the planet or break apart into a ring in tens of millions of years. Deimos, on the other hand, is farther away and has a more stable orbit. The study of these moons provides valuable insights into the early solar system and the process of planetary formation and asteroid capture. Number 4. If you were to stand on Mars, the sky would appear butterscotch or yellowish brown rather than blue, largely due to the pervasive reddish dust. On Earth, our sky appears blue because of the way sunlight is scattered by nitrogen and oxygen molecules in our atmosphere. On Mars, though, the atmosphere is much thinner and composed primarily of carbon dioxide, with a significant amount of fine dust particles suspended in it. These dust particles play a crucial role in how light is scattered. Now, Mars's surface is largely covered in iron oxide, basically rust. Over eons, the iron-rich rocks and soil on Mars have reacted with the trace amounts of oxygen in the atmosphere, undergoing a process of oxidation. This layer of iron oxide that gives Mars the famous red planet designation also significantly impacts the color of the sky, as the fine rusty particles are constantly stirred up in the atmosphere. When sunlight passes through this dust-filled Martian atmosphere, the reddish dust particles absorb blue light and scatter red and yellow light more effectively. This means that less blue light reaches your eyes, while the longer wavelengths like red and yellow dominate what you see. And our fifth and final fun fact: evidence suggests that liquid water once flowed on the surface of Mars. While Mars is a cold, dry desert today, numerous geological features on its surface strongly indicate that liquid water was abundant in its ancient past. These features include dried-up river valleys, lake beds, and even evidence of ancient shorelines, all suggesting a much warmer and wetter climate billions of years ago. Scientists also say that there are some minerals that only form in the presence of water, like the hematite blueberries found by the Opportunity rover. The search for signs of past or present water on Mars is a primary goal of many missions to the Red Planet, as water is considered essential for life as we know it. While the vast majority of water on Mars is now locked up in the polar ice caps or as a permafrost beneath the surface, the discovery of recurring slope lineae, dark streaks that appear and fade with the seasons, suggests that there may be a possibility of some liquid water flow, although a bit briny, still happening today on the Martian surface. Now for some news you can use. If you're ever stargazing and want to spot Mars, a great tip is to look for a reddish-orange star that doesn't twinkle as much as the other stars. Planets tend to have a steadier light compared to stars because they are closer to the Earth and their light is not as distorted by our atmosphere. Mars's distinctive color makes it relatively easy to pick out from the myriad of stars in the night sky. To make it even easier, you can use a stargazing app on your smartphone. Many free apps allow you to point your phone at the sky and they'll identify constellations, stars, and planets, including Mars. This can be incredibly helpful for beginners, providing a real-time map of the night sky and guiding your gaze directly to the red planet when it's visible. With a little practice and the right tools, you'll be able to confidently locate Mars, the other planets in our solar system, and countless constellations. Now for the moment you've been waiting for. At the beginning of the episode, I asked if NASA's Viking 1 orbiter photographed a giant human face on the surface of Mars back in 1976. Well, I hate to disappoint you, but that's a fallacy. While the Viking 1 orbiter did indeed capture an image of a Martian mesa in the Cydonia region that, under specific lighting conditions, kind of resembled a human face, subsequent higher resolution images taken by other spacecraft, such as the Mars Global Surveyor in 1998 and Mars Express in 2001, have clearly shown it to be a natural geological formation. The quote, face was an example of pareidolia, a psychological phenomenon where our brains perceive familiar patterns like faces in random or ambiguous stimuli. It's a testament to how our minds are wired to make connections and find meaning in a vast and chaotic universe. Now, I hope you enjoyed learning a bit about Mars with me today, and be sure to tune in every weekday for even more fun facts. Fun Facts Daily is an Airwave Media podcast. It was written, recorded, mixed, and edited by me, Kyle Wood. Thanks for sharing a part of your day with me. Be sure to follow Fun Facts Daily on your favorite podcast app so you can keep the good stuff coming your way every day. And if you like the show, please do me a favor and leave a kind rating, review, or just tell your friends about it.